the unidentified one.
The first publicized sighting of the lights occurred on August 25, 1951, at around 9 p.m. Three professors from Texas Technological College, located in Lubbock, were sitting in the backyard of one of the professors' homes when they observed the lights fly overhead. A total of 20 to 30 lights, as bright as stars but larger in size, flew over the yard in a matter of seconds. The professors immediately ruled out meteors as a possible cause for the sightings, and as they discussed their sighting, a second, similar, group of lights flew overhead. The three professors H.G. Oberg, chemical engineer, W.L. Ducker, a department head and petroleum engineer, and W.I. Robinson, a geologist, reported their sighting to the local newspaper, the Lubbock Avalanche Journal. Following the newspaper's article, three women in Lubbock reported that they had observed peculiar flashing lights in the sky on the same night as the professor's sightings. Karl Heminger, a professor of German at Texas Tech, also reported seeing the objects, as did the head of the college's journalism department. The three professors became determined to view the objects again and perhaps discover their identity. On September 5, 1951, all three men, along with two other professors from Texas Tech, were sitting in Robinson's front yard when the lights flew overhead. According to Grayson Mead, the lights appeared to be about the size of a dinner plate and they were greenish-blue, slightly fluorescent in color. They were smaller than the full moon at the horizon. There were about a dozen to 15 of these lights. They were absolutely circular. It gave all of us an extremely eerie feeling. Mead claimed that the lights could not have been birds, but he also stated that they went over so fast that we wished we could have had a better look. The professors observed one formation of lights flying above a thin cloud at about 2,000 feet. This allowed them to calculate that the lights were traveling at over 600 miles per hour. In late September 1951, Lieutenant Ruppelt read about the Lubbock lights and decided to investigate them. Project Blue Book, founded in 1948 as Project Sign, was the Air Force's official research group assigned to investigate UFO reports. Ruppelt traveled to Lubbock and interviewed the professors, Carl Hart, and others who claimed to have witnessed the lights. Ruppelt's conclusion at the time was that the professors had seen a type of bird called a plover 9. The city of Lubbock had installed new vapor street lights in 1951, and Ruppelt believed that the plovers, flying over Lubbock in their annual migration, were reflecting the new street lights at night. Witnesses who supported this assertion were T. Snyder, a local farmer who on August 31, 1951 had observed some birds flying over a drive-in movie theater. The birds' undersides were reflected in the light. Another witness, Joe Bryant, had been sitting outside his home with his wife on August 25, the same night on which the three professors had first seen the lights. According to Bryant, he and his wife had seen a group of lights fly overhead, and then two other flights. Like the professors, they were at first baffled by the objects, but when the third group of lights passed overhead, they began to circle the Bryant's home. Mr. Bryant and his wife then noticed that the lights were actually plovers, and could hear them as well. In addition, Dr. J. Allen Hynek, an astronomer and one of Project Blue Book's scientific consultants, contacted one of the Texas Tech professors in 1959 and learned that the professor, after careful research, had concluded that he had actually been observing the plovers. While investigating the Lubbock lights, Ruppelt also learned that several people in and around Lubbock claimed to have seen a flying wing moving over the city. Among the witnesses was the wife of Ducker, who reported that in August 1951 she had observed a huge, soundless flying wing pass over her house. Ruppelt knew that the US Air Force did possess a flying wing jet bomber, and he felt that at least some of the sightings had been caused by the bomber, although he could not explain why. According to the witnesses, the wing made no sound as it flew overhead.
The unidentified one.